Okay, so we have a little bit of news to go over for the Packers here this morning. It's a little bit of sad news just because anytime, the Packers lose a player, it's a little sad to see it happen. We already saw the Packers release Darius Smith and Billy Turner as well, but there are two other players who are now actually signed to other teams. So first off here, the Packers have lost Lucas Patrick to the Chicago Bears. So he stays in the NFC North but goes to the Bears. Unfortunate for him. It comes out here from Ian Rappaport saying the Bears agreed to terms with former Packers interior lineman Lucas Patrick, 2 years, $8 million, with $4 million fully guaranteed in year one. In his past season with the Packers, of course, the Packers drafted rookie center Josh Myers to come in there and play center. Unfortunately, he dealt with lots of different injuries, from a knee injury to a finger injury, and because of that, Lucas Patrick played a majority of the time at center. He had 822 snaps at center for the Packers in 2021. And then he played at right guard in the playoff game versus the 49ers. But Lucas Patrick was definitely some great depth to have on that offensive line. He could play, guard, also center as well. And so to lose a guy like that, definitely unfortunate, but we know the Packers can't pay everybody. And so now the question is, what is going to happen with this offensive line? We may likely lose Dennis Kelly as well, who's also slated to be a free agent. And we still have Elton Jenkins recovering from that knee injury, and we don't know exactly when he will be ready to go. So I do think it's important for the Packers to find some more depth at the offensive line. Maybe they come into the draft some more offensive linemen. They definitely like to do that. That could be smart. Maybe find some cheap potential free agents, soon or during the season. That could also be another way to, make sure this offensive line has the depth it needs to go through injuries. Because this past season for the Packers, we saw just how many injuries they suffered there on the offensive line. So unfortunate to lose him, but obviously we can't keep everybody. Then this second one here, Jeremy Fowler said this yesterday, linebacker Orion Burt to the 49ers on a 2-year, $5 million deal per source. And Orion Burt is a guy who has been with the Packers since 2018, but he didn't really play too much on defense in those 4 seasons. He only played in 485 defensive snaps in the past 4 years for the Packers, but he was a really, really big special teams contributor where he had 1,165 special teams snaps. So it will be unfortunate to lose him there on the special teams unit, but he is now on the 49ers on a 2-year, $5 million deal. And so those are two guys the Packers have unfortunately lost at this time. And we will see if any other players are going to end up going elsewhere. We do not know what's going to happen with Rasul Douglas. I've seen some reports that initially it looked like the Packers were trying to get an extension done with him. Then some stuff came out that maybe there are lots of other teams interested as well. And so we will have to wait and see today if, or if not, the Packers are able to, bring him back. I just put this out on Twitter saying, really hoping the Packers are able to keep Rasul Douglas. If they don't, I think they'll be okay with Jair and Stokes holding it down. But man, Rasul is special. And, as I said there, if you haven't followed me on Twitter, Luke_Beller, I put up more Packers content on there. I will also leave a link to that in the description as well. But if the Packers aren't able to keep Rasul Douglas, it will be sad. It was fun to have him come in here last season out of nowhere and, from the Cardinals practice squad and do just as good as he did. But as I said, we do have Jair and Eric Stokes, which, gives us some two solid guys to play there at cornerback. But to be able to have Rasul as well would just be amazing. So I hope the Packers are able to come to an agreement with him. But there's probably other teams out there bidding higher and higher. So who knows? Who knows if it'll happen? We'll probably find out today whether or not that will happen. But that is all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching as always. I'll see you guys next time.